Hello Eurovision fans, thank you so much for coming to my channel Eurovision Histories. It is 26 weeks until the grand final of Eurovision 2024 and I have some news for you. It's been a very exciting week for Eurovision fans because we have heard the first song of the 2024 season. Slimane will be representing France with Mon Amour and we're of course going to talk about that. However, Käärijä, Maneskin and Loreen have also been successful at award shows, and we're going to talk about that. There are lots of national final news from all around Europe, including Melovin returning in Ukraine, and we have a Eurovision song making it big in Brazil. But I want to start with a rumor that has been going around in the Eurovision bubble a lot this week, and that is that 41 countries will be confirmed as participants of Eurovision 2024. Where does this rumor come from? Well, Alexandra Rede-Amiel, the head of delegation of France, said this and mentioned this twice in an interview with France Inter, the interview where they revealed that Slimane would be the French representative. However, she said it in a way where it's not clear whether she has the information that it's actually 41 countries this year, or whether she just says a high number. This is the highest number of participants we have had, just to tell the French public how much Eurovision has grown, because she says it in a context where she talks about the 80s, where there were around 20 countries. Now they are 41, and she wants to say by that Eurovision has grown a lot. So I wouldn't see this as any kind of confirmation. I'm also not sure whether she would have the information how many countries are actually participating this year. However, an Albanian website has also mentioned the number 41, but we just don't know whether it is actually true. I have to say that I don't think it's true because it would be quite hard to get to that number at this point. If we suppose that all 37 countries that participated last year are actually returning, and that would include Romania and Australia. And if you've seen my last video, we don't have confirmation yet that these two are actually returning. We would need a few more countries. If we add Luxembourg, we're at 38. If we add North Macedonia, which seems like a likely return, we're at 39. And then who are the other two countries? Lots of countries have already said that they won't be returning. However, Bulgaria might be one where the X account is just a bit of a mess. If you followed my news videos, so maybe they are returning. There are rumors that it might be Turkey because one account has said that it's a country not technically in Europe. There are other lists that are most definitely fake, where Lebanon or Morocco are making a debut or a return in the case of Morocco. I don't think that will be happening. So in the end, I have to say I don't think we will have 41, and that this is just a number that she said in the moment to tell French people how many participants there are now at Eurovision. One thing that we know quite surely is that it won't be Hungary that is returning, because Ardal has, the former national final of Hungary, has revealed the rules for next year, and the song submission period starts in June this year. So that would not be eligible for Eurovision if a song like that wins. So we can suppose that Hungary will not be back at Eurovision. However, the France Inter interview has of course been very important because they revealed that Slimane would be representing France. His song Mon Amour has also already been published. In the interview, they said that they had been in talks for years, that they wanted an established artist for France, and Slimane was already in talks last year, for example, 2023, but he did not have the right song. Now he does have the right song. He's very excited and also a bit nervous, he says, and he's very proud to represent France because his grandfather actually came to France from Algeria, worked in a coal mine, probably died because of working in these conditions. And he says that he knows that his grandfather would be very proud that he is now representing the country that he immigrated to. I love that story. I also love him, his artistry, his voice. I have already done my rating video for Mon Amour. If you have not seen that, check it out. And I've also done another video where I explain why I think Slimane is a great choice for France, because he's such an established artist with millions of albums sold, very popular in France, and maybe he can change the perception that French people have of Eurovision, just like Anouk did that for the Netherlands. So I'm really, really excited to have him as the French representative. In my Excitimeter of the 4 revealed artists, he is now #1, not just because we already know the song, but I just have to say I love him as an artist. Marina Satti could overtake him with a great, great song. I have an update on her as well in a minute. And Musti and Celia Capsis are still great choices as well. So a great start, I have to say, to the Eurovision season. I also love how humble Slimane is. And the French HOD actually said that despite being such an established name, he's very humble. He said a lot of positive things about competing at Eurovision. He also said, when asked why he is taking this risk as an established artist, because of course he could come last or not do well at Eurovision, and that might hurt his career, he said, well, if it goes well, it goes well, and if it doesn't, I'll write a song about it. And I just love that quite a lot. And you see his humbleness also in a clip where he met Loreen, our winner from last year, and she listened to his, and you just see that he's quite shy actually. So let's have a look at this cool video.
Well, I'm gonna go home and it's over with, my boyfriend's happy.
I really, really love these 2 Eurovision artists interacting. You really see that he's very humble and shy, and he's waiting for her reaction to his song. And she's, of course, very positive about it. She says that she'll play it to her boyfriend, I think, if I heard correctly, and he will love it. So I really love this interaction. I also asked you guys in the community tab of my channel how many points you would give the song, and 29% of you gave it 5 points, 41% 4 points, 24% 3 points, 4% 2 points, and only 2% didn't like it that much and gave it 1 point. And that is quite in keeping with my rating video. I was in between 4 and 5 stars, so we are kind of the same opinion about this song. He is a household name, but the song has not charted yet in France, even though there was quite a big splash. He was trending on Twitter, but maybe we will see that later on. I have to say that it has grown on me quite a bit since I first heard it. I think it's the kind of song that you need to listen to a few times to really get into it. By the way, I noticed that only about half of you guys who are watching this video are subscribed to my channel. So if you want to participate in these polls and also don't want to miss any more videos, please do subscribe. Then I have a new topic for my news videos, which is Clip of the Week, because I found one by Sanja Vucic, who represented Serbia twice. And in this video, in this clip, she just shows that she's as much of a Eurovision nerd as we are.
Shake, 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 shake me amor, crazy for love, give me some more.
Helena Paparizu.
You are the one, you're my #1.
Riva.
Rock, rock me baby. Da, 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 da.
Konstrakta.
Umetnica mora biti zdrava.
Ok, Maneskin.
Sono fuori di testa, ma diverso da loro.
Marija Šerifović.
Molitva.
Hurricane.
Ramba babama, za casa mi fina.
Hari Varišanović.
Leila.
Željko Joksimović.
Lane moje.
Bravo, bravo.
I really, really love her, and I kind of hope that she returns at some point, because I also love her voice quite a lot. Then we have some updates from Marina Satti. There were some news that there might be a national final in Greece to choose her song for Eurovision. That has now been denied. There will not be a national final apparently. They have, however, received 50 songs for her, and they said they're not going to do the national final because they want to focus all the budget as well on the music video and on the performance, which I think is a good choice. I have to say, if an artist is already selected, to have like 5 songs and then the public gets to choose what this artist has to present on the Eurovision stage, I don't really like that concept, because I think the artist should identify as much as possible with the song. We have all of these in my history videos. I talk about the UK winners that often did this, presented 4 or 5 songs in a national final, and then the public chose the song they liked the least. And that's not the kind of thing that I like to see at Eurovision. I think the artist should really be behind the song. And so I think that's good news for Greece. The team behind Marina Satti will be the same as in 2021 and 2022, which of course resulted in 2 top 10 placings for Greece. So I'm quite positive about her chances, to be honest. Next up, Käärijä wins the MTV Europe Music Award as Best Nordic Act, and he had the best reaction on social media. Yes, this time I win a thing, and it makes me happy. It makes us all happy, I think. He beat Sara Larsson, he beat Alessandra, and he beat Loreen this time, and he must be really, really happy. And he can be very proud of himself. This was because of fan votes, so Käärijä fans did really well and made him win this award. Unfortunately, the show was cancelled due to recent events in the Middle East, so he won't be able to accept it in front of a big crowd. But anyway, he got an MTV Europe Music Award, as well as Maneskin, who won 2 Best Italian Act and also Best Rock Act, and Jon's Tears won Best Swiss Act as well. So great news for all of these artists. Then Loreen won at the NRJ Music Awards in France. She was the Révélation Internationale de l'année, the international revelation of the year. This is actually where she met Slimane, and she also performed Tattoo. Great performance, check it out, and congratulations to her as well. Then Montaigne, who represented Australia in 2020 almost, but did represent Australia in 2021, did not make it to the final, but still she got nominated for a Grammy Award for the score for a computer game. Really, really excited for her. Congratulations to her as well. Also very exciting, the Benidorm artists will be revealed today at the Latin Grammy Awards in Sevilla. There will be a pre-show where Blanca Paloma, Tanxugueiras, Agony, Megara, Camento, and Alice Wonder, among others, will be participating. I think that might mean that some of them might actually be back for Benidorm next year. Quite excited, probably not Blanca Paloma, but maybe Tanxugueiras, maybe Agane, maybe Megara. But I'm very excited to hear the list of names. There were some rumors that some very famous names are on this list, and I might be doing a video very soon telling you what I think of all of these artists. Then Czechia has also said that very big news are coming next week. Their HOD, Ahmad Haloun, has posted a message like that on social media. They said that they are planning a national final, but that it might still be cancelled. Maybe if they get a very famous name. I was thinking of Pam Rabbit or maybe Adongs, who's actually from Slovakia, but due to a rule change might be able to represent Czechia this year. Very excited to hear what they have to say, but maybe the big news is just that there will be a national final. But anyway, you'll find out here in my next news video if there is actually very big news. Then we have a short list of 20 names of artists that are still in the running to compete at the Ukrainian national final. 10 of them will actually make it to the national final. And on the list is Melovin. This was a rumor a few weeks ago. Now it is actually confirmed. And Jerry Heil, who participated in the national final last year, is also on the list. So quite excited to see what happens there. Then the Norwegian HOD Stig Karlsen has announced rules changes for the national final in Norway, MGP. Now the public will have a say of 60% and the jury only 40% in the final result. Of course, he has called for a change in the distribution of jury and televote points in Eurovision as well, so it only makes sense that he implements it in the Norwegian national final. We don't know many names yet, but they will be revealed rather soon. Then some news about this channel. Eurovision Histories is now also on WhatsApp, so you can follow us there. There's this new tab called Aktuelles in German, I'm not sure in other languages, and you can look for us and add us and you will never miss another video ever again. So do that if you want to. Then we have some news from Eesti Laul as well. The artists participating in the national final were revealed, and among the names, the only one really that I recognize is Olli, who of course was very successful last year with Venom, and he's back with a new song called My Friend. Hopefully again a rock song, and maybe he has some chance to win this year. Then my song tip this week is something quite special because it is a Brazilian-Portuguese cover of Tattoo, our winning song of 2023. It is called Daqui pra Sempre, and it is a big hit in Brazil. It was #1 in Spotify. Right now it is #3 in Spotify. It is not just a cover in Portuguese. It also adds some Brazilian elements to the song. Listen to it. I find it really, really fascinating how a song can have a new life in a new country with very many elements from that country. So yeah, great news for the song and for these two artists covering it in Brazil. Then Una Voce per San Marino is happening, I think, right this minute in San Marino. They have revealed that they have received songs from Germany, I'm thinking Ike Hüfgold, from Turkey, maybe Serhat, but also from Argentina, from the United States, from Mauritania as well. Of course, they have, again, a very huge national selection for a small country like that. We will see how this turns out very soon. Probably quite interesting to see all of these performances, and we will see who represents San Marino in Eurovision. Then Salvador Sobral has given an interview in Luxembourg and has given some tips to the future Luxembourg representative at Eurovision. He said that they should stay true to themselves and do what they love and not change too much for Eurovision. He also said that for him it was a very special experience because he likes to improvise, to just go on stage and sing. And for Eurovision, he had to rehearse a lot, and that didn't leave a lot of room for improvisation. Of course, we know what he said at the end after winning, that he didn't like the fast food music character of a lot of the songs and performances. So here again, he says that Eurovision maybe wasn't his cup of tea, but he still won, and good for him that he gave some tips to the Luxembourg artist. Then some news from Germany. Andreas Kümmert, who in 2015 won the German national final and then refused to go because of some mental health problems. He refused to go right after winning in the show, and Barbara Schöneberger kind of handled that beautifully. And then Anne-Sophie went to Eurovision and got 0 points. He revealed in a recent interview with Süddeutsche that he and his band actually tried to enter the German national final in 2023. But as we all know, he wasn't chosen by the German national broadcaster. They probably wanted to avoid another scandal like the one we had in 2015. And then great news for me, because I love him. Marco Mengoni will be hosting the first night of San Remo next year. And I have another news item about this channel. One of my subscribers, Akanichts, thank you so much for that, has created a Eurovision event calendar for the next year, so you don't miss anything. And I have added a link for that in the description. Thank you again. And thank you guys for watching. This is my news video for this week. Come back next Saturday for some more news, and I'll see you then if you want to. And please subscribe if you don't want to miss any of my other videos. See you then, and bye-bye.